Hello. So I'm making this video so everyone knows exactly what to do when it comes to conducting the actual test. Just for reference, I'm doing this test with the HTC Vive headset and the Valve Knuckles, and I'm using obviously SteamVR for it, so this is the method that I would use to do it. I'm actually recording this audio after playing through the test because my headset's pretty rubbish for audio and I want to make sure you guys can actually hear what I was saying. There are also going to be a lot of jump cuts, just so I make sure I let you guys know all the information you need to avoid too many questions. So first things first, as I mentioned, we're going to be using the arena battle mode for this test, so you'll need to make sure you have it by the time the test happens. And this little section here is to show you what the screen should actually look like when you've unlocked it. As far as I'm aware, by this version of the game, the only way you can get this mode is by completing the full game. There's a few things we need to sort out regarding audio levels just to make sure everyone's listening at a similar volume. So I'm just going to quickly go through that now. The first thing that you have to do is go into this little section on the right here in the menu and go to audio. And within that audio section, you should be able to adjust the master volume and the music and things like that. So the settings I've got here is master volume at 5, music at 0, and SFX at 8. With your settings, try and get them as close to what I'm doing, but obviously, for whatever reason, there may be a difference with the headset you're wearing and stuff, so if you need to change things slightly, that's alright. Just treat this as like a guideline. I found I actually had to change these settings again a little later on when going into the arena mode, but I will show you how to do that when we get to it. So again, I had to go into the preferences on the menu after entering the arena and change the audio volumes again because they seem to have reset for some reason. So again, it's master volume 5, music 0 and SFX 8, and that should work after that point. Just before I click play on the arena, I'm going to quickly show you guys the method that I use to get the music playing while playing the game. At this point, it's important that I note that when searching up the music and getting it ready, that you try your best to avoid playing it, as I don't want you to listen to the music until instructed to in the video. One of the methods I'm using to give the music to you guys is SoundCloud. You can see it on the right here. I've got it open in Chrome browser. You shouldn't have to download anything to get this working. I'll send you a link and it should take you straight to the page. As you can see here, I've just got a random playlist just for demonstration, but the link I show you should link you to a page similar to this, but obviously there will only be 2 tracks called track 1 and track 2. There won't be a massive list like this, so it should be easy to find the songs. One of the important things that everyone needs to make sure they do is set whatever method they're using to listen to this music on loop, so if the song finishes while you're still in the test, you don't have to come out and start it again. So on SoundCloud it's pretty easy. It's just the little circle there, just click on it until it has like a little loop with a 1 on it, and that should just loop the one song. You also have a little independent volume slider in the corner. If you could try and get it close to how I have it, obviously, so you can balance out the audio in the game and the audio in SoundCloud. And then what I did after this was I used the master volume on the Steam VR to kind of get it to a level I was comfortable with. I know some people have said that they are going to try and listen to music in a different method, like having their phone with their AirPods or something, and that's fine. Just make sure that you're able to have it on loop so you don't have to come out of the game in order to turn the music back on. Moving on to the game mode itself, we'll be using the survival mode at the top. So as you can see here, there are a few things that I made sure are set a particular way, so make sure you have no allies on. And every time you launch the test, because obviously we're going to be doing this 3 times, make sure you click start new survival, as we're only going to be doing the first round, and I don't want people to be going on to the second or third round because obviously they're harder and that would affect the results and stuff. Once you click start new survival, the gates should open, but don't panic because that's not actually starting the timer yet. You've still got time to get the music ready and stuff to prepare for the test. Before you do anything else, this is the point where you need to turn the music on. So obviously you're going to have different methods for turning it on, but for me I had 2 monitors, so I simply had to go into the Steam VR menu, go over to my other monitor where the SoundCloud was, and then click play. Obviously, if you've only got 1 monitor, you can just use Windows and tab out, and it shouldn't interfere with the game. You just turn the music on, and then click on the game again, and you should be good to go. As I've mentioned in the chat, there are going to be 3 rounds to this test, and there's going to be 1 round with track 1, 1 round with track 2, and then a 3rd round without any music at all. Before I open up the test to you guys though, I'm going to be splitting you all into 6 different groups on the Discord, and the reasons for this is because each group will have a dedicated order to do the rounds. So one of you might do track 1, track 2, and then no music. So I might do no music, track 2, track 1. So there's obviously 6 different combinations that you can do this. So you'll know what group you're in, and there'll be a little guide somewhere. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet. And this guy will tell you what order to listen to the tracks in, so you know what you're doing. So you can pick up whatever guns you want. I'm not going to restrict what you use. You can use melee weapons only, you can use primary guns. As you'll see when I'm doing this test now, I'm going to be using different weapons each time. You don't have to. You can use the same guns each test, you can use different guns each test. The only rule for the arena is no slow motion. I know some of you have been asking about that, but the decision is now for no slow motion because it does actually affect how fast the timer moves, and that may affect the test results. In the post-test survey, there will be a question that involves asking you what weapons you use in each round. Now, it's not a big deal if you can't remember, because you don't have to put it down if you can't remember. But I don't want you to have to worry about taking note of this or anything, it's just if you can remember it in your head. From this point on, just play the game how you normally would. So you're going to be playing for 1 round, and you'll know when that round's over because the environment will disappear and the bell will come down ready for the next round. But at that point you need to stop. I don't want you to play any further than this. This part is probably one of the most important parts of the test. So when the round's over, I need you to take note of the time for each wave, but this will only be available to you while you're in the arena. So if you look up at the yellow writing that I'll be pointing out on screen now, hopefully, there's all the information about how long each wave took you. So if you could just take note of that on a document or on a bit of paper, and make sure you do that before you leave the arena, because once you leave after this point you won't be able to have access to this. Now, I don't want to put any pressure on anyone, but it's really important that you do this right the first time, because I can't have people doing the test with the same song again, because that will affect the results. So once you've taken note of the times, you can turn the music off if you want at that point, and then if you head back through the door by pressing the red button on the side to stop the arena mode, head back and get ready for the second round. Again, like last time, go on survival, turn all allies off, and make sure to click start new survival so you don't end up going into round 2 by accident. Now this round start, you can go back into your desktop or whatever you're using and click on the next track you're supposed to be listening to, or obviously if you're not listening to music, don't put anything on, and then just go again. Same rules apply as last round with no slow-mo, whatever guns you want, and then just keep going until the bell shows up again. And at that point, take note of the scores from that round, and then head back inside for the 3rd round. So as I mentioned, one of your rounds are going to be done without any music. So at this point, just follow the same procedures as last time. Put survival on, no allies, click start new survival, but then at that point you can just go ahead, you don't have to worry about clicking play on any music. Once the final round's finished, take note of your times just like the other rounds, and then that's it, you're done. So I should have the post-test survey ready at the same time as actually releasing the test for you, so you'll be able to go straight from doing the test, answering the survey, just so you don't end up forgetting anything or any information like that. And then that's it. So thanks for listening to my very poorly edited instructional video. You can probably tell that I don't make videos like this very often, but yeah, if you have any questions, just either send me a private message on Discord or put it in the questions chat. I'm sure I'll be able to answer anything, but I think I've covered most of the stuff here, I hope. But yeah, see you later.